Today we are at the largest bat factory in the US where DeMarini has given us unrestricted access. Let's go take a look.
Welcome to DeMarini. We're excited to have you guys out here today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here, we're gonna start here in our raw material warehouse. This is where we store all of the raw material that comes in and the semi-finished parts too.
Okay.
And on this side, we have all the boxes of the drawn barrels. So these are aluminum barrels that are formed and ready to be machined and sanded and built into bats.
Yeah. Okay.
And then down the other aisles, we have our plastic components, our knobs, our end caps, our handles. We have the barrels that are finished and ready to be, and the handles that are ready to be joined together.
Yeah. Right. It's kind of like step one. You come in here, you see all the boxes.
This is it. Yeah.
This is the boring part, right?
Yeah.
Really fun part
Not much fun going on here. But now let's move over to CNC and sanding. All right. So here, what we're doing a full length. This is a Voodoo.
Okay.
A Voodoo 1. And so the first thing we got to do is we got to machine the end cap side. We're going to cut it down here. We're going to put the zip cuts in for that cap to snap into. And then we got to cut it down to size, right? We want the length to be right. So that's what Edgar's doing over there.
Yeah.
He's cutting it down. He's going to deburr the edge there to make sure it's not sharp. He's going to weigh it as well to make sure that the weight is correct. Obviously, that's very important.
Yep. So right here, we're just getting size. We're cutting this bat down to size. This is where it all starts at being a 3330 or whatever we're going for.
Yeah, Yes, sir. Now he's going to check the overall length here. And then if it passes, it goes back on the rack, ready for the next step.
Whoa. Move the door.
This is our sanding department here. And so here's that drawn barrel that we're just looking at, right? Pretty rough, kind of ugly. Now here's what it looks like after machining, right? So you guys got
a lot more
cuts
shiny
in there, Got the handle cut to the right length. Now, but it's still ugly on the outside, right? Now we have to do the surface prep. We have to get it ready for paint, right?
Okay.
So got Jose over here. He's loading up the sanding machines. These are completely automated. He's just putting it in. He's hitting go. He's pulling out, again, quality at the source, right? That's what we do. He's taking a look, looking for any imperfections. If it does have anything, it's gonna go over here. Yeah. So here's one of the imperfections. This is gonna go back through to make sure that it's perfect, right?
Okay.
So we're sorting them out here, and then they'll get ran through another process.
So this little bitty speck right there is a fail.
Yes.
Wow, I mean, that's like, that is being really nitpicky.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't even think I would have noticed that.
I've seen sanding. Now the next step is painting. So follow me.
Painting. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That was off. All right, so here is our paint department. We have 2 paint lines, right? We have the custom paint line here.
Okay.
For all of our custom bats,
Okay.
the paint has to be hand mixed together. It's a 2K paint, right? So you got the paint and you got the hardener, and they got to go and measure it out in grams and weigh it to get it the right mix ratio.
Right.
Then they mix it up, and they're gonna hand spray it in a gravity-fed cup gun here.
Yeah.
So once he sprays it, it's gonna go through the oven. It's gonna cure at 180 degrees for about 45 minutes. And then when it comes out, the paint's gonna be dry to the touch.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull it off and inspect it, right?
The smell is really, I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really enjoy this.
We're
paint
locked
smell.
in.
We're locked in.
Yeah. When you work here as long as I have, you don't smell it.
Yeah.
I'm immune to it.
Yeah.
All right, now you guys seen the custom paint booth. Now we're gonna move on to our inline paint booth. So that's where all the big production orders are ran through, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go from very hands-on, very hand mixed, hand sprayed, to automated.
Automated. Okay.
Over here. As you can tell, this already has a base coat. It has the graphics already on it.
Right.
But now we need that clear coat to finish it, right?
Yep.
So this is where they're gonna load it up. Every bat has to go through this paint line twice, right?
Twice.
Yep. So it has to go through to get the base coat, the purple.
Yep.
It's gonna go to the graphics department. It's gonna come back here, load it up, get the clear coat. Pull this off for you guys. Now this has that matte clear coat on it.
Okay.
So you can see this is ready to go. This is gonna protect the graphics, protect the base coat.
Yeah.
It's gonna make it hold up out in the field, right?
So it's a clear coat, but it's not glossy. It's that matte.
It's a matte, right?
Okay.
So you got 2 options. You can do a full gloss or you can do a matte. So on this one,
I like the matte. I like the matte.
So we have the decals. They come in on sheets.
Oh, okay.
Like this. So we're gonna put in the water. This pink coating on the outside here holds the graphics together and it protects it while we're applying it to the barrel. Once the paper is wet, you can just slide that right off.
Yeah.
You got that D right there.
Oh, wow.
You never would know it came from that either. Like, it's so perfect because they're so good at their jobs.
So we got the 2026 VOC. That's our Voodoo 1, right? So you can see here in the middle, that's just the base coated barrel, right? Like I showed you guys go through the paint line over there.
Right.
Then it came in and got the graphics on it.
Right.
And then it went back to that paint line, got the matte clear finish on it here. So here's where you can see that evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's some knob film. This is Whisper knob.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so you recognize that, right?
Whisper.
Right. So we print this on a film. There's an adhesive on it. We laminate a couple pieces of material together here. You can see all the film here. It was drying, getting ready. Then once it's dry, it's going to come over here to the cutter here. And so that's what it's doing. It's cutting it out right now. So it's going in. It's going to cut everything out, score it, and then we're going to have somebody go through later, pop them out, get them ready to go, get them bagged up, and delivered to our plastics department where they can mold those into the knobs. So here's our bat wall where we keep our control samples, right? So like I said, quality throughout the process. Everyone's looking at them. This is what the bat should look like. So if there's any questions on, hey, what graphic, what's it look like? These are our control samples. We use these as a gold standard, right?
Yeah. All right, what we got next?
All right, injection molding.
Injection molding, right.
Injection molding.
Yes, sir.
We made a mid-stop.
Yep.
It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
All right, so injection molding, this is where we make our plastic components, like I mentioned. And here, what we're making is knobs, right? So we're doing knobs. You can see here, these are BB core knobs. They got our aluminum insert in here.
Yep.
This will make this knob dang near indestructible.
Yeah,
right?
this came after some voodoo stuff, right? So now indestructible.
Yeah, that was fixing that problem.
That was fixing that problem. Awesome.
Right. So we take this little aluminum dumbbell and we mold it into that knob. Okay. And so what you can see here is the machine back there. It's injection molding the plastic around that.
Okay.
Right.
The robot's gonna pick it up. It's gonna bring it on over. It's gonna drop off the runner. It's gonna kick that runner off right there, drop it out. It's gonna gently, softly set that knob down because it's still hot, right? It's still warm coming out. So we don't want any dings or nicks on it. So we gotta be very careful with them at this point.
Yeah.
They're cooling down on the conveyor here.
Okay.
And once they're cooled down, that conveyor is gonna move. It's gonna drop them onto this little sled here. And then the operator is gonna take them. They're gonna, again, take a look at it, make sure that there's no defects on it, right? Even a knob, we want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
I showed you guys that film. You guys saw this film. CF film. That film was in there hanging on the racks, right? So now it went through, it got molded to an inner here, right? So this plastic piece here. Now what we're doing is we're taking that inner, we're loading it up into the press here, and we're gonna do the over mold on it, all right? Again, we got the robot dropping it down, kicking it out. So here, hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
Yeah, check it out.
This is the end cap.
End cap, yep.
Again, I'm just realizing how much more complicated this stuff is. It is warm, such and warm.
So this process has evolved over the years, right? Like how new is this type of, for what you've been guys doing?
We've been doing plastic components for a long time, but the way we do it is pretty unique. So I can't go into that.
Absolutely.
But there is some stuff here that we do that's pretty unique that nobody else does.
That's awesome.
Well,
all right, on to the next.
Awesome.
Follow me out here. You guys have seen how we take the raw piece of aluminum, we machine it down.
Right.
We sand that nice and smooth. We paint it, we apply the graphic.
It's almost out of order. You would think that painting's like the last thing, but it's actually in the middle.
Oh, very much in the middle, yep. And then after we get that paint graphic on it, and we get the plastic components made for it, everything meets up right here, all right? So my man Nastacio here, he's going in, and we have a wire wheel that's cleaning up the cap inside, and then we got a wire brush here that's cleaning up the taper side. Once he's done with that, we're gonna run a primer on the inside. That's gonna allow our adhesive to bond to it really well. To keep that end cap in there, keep that handle on there, right? So after he's done with that, they're gonna go through an oven over here, and we're gonna cure that primer. So it's gonna go into that oven, it's gonna cure that primer. So once it comes out of the oven here, we're gonna take the handle and join it to the barrel, right? Okay. So this is an important part of the process. Once we put our adhesive on there, we join that handle on there, it's gonna come over here, and it's gonna get put in these stamp trees here. Okay. So this, again, designed, fabricated, built in our factory here to do what we need to do. What we want to do is, while that adhesive is curing, we're grabbing down here on the handle and pulling down and putting pressure. So we have 70 PSI of pressure that we're putting on this right here while that's curing.
Okay, so this is like pulling, is it pulling like that?
It's pulling down, yeah. So it's seated right here, and this grabber is pulling down there. So after the bats are joined up, they're gonna come over here to get cut down to that final length, right? So
so we're cutting them again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what Tommy's doing right here is he's measuring it, he's cutting it, he's checking the paperwork, and he's gonna cut it down to get that handle to that correct length now.
Right.
So then when we go to knob it, it's gonna be done, ready to go. All right, so this is where we install the end cap, right?
Okay.
So once it's cut down, it's gonna come over here. We're installing the adhesive and then popping that in. Like I showed you guys when we machined it, we put those zip cups in there, right?
Right.
So these have the same zip cups that we mold into there. And what that does, that's a mechanical lock, right? It's locking in there, but it takes a lot of force to get it in there.
Right, yeah.
You can't just push it in by hand, right? So we got to use this hydraulic press. It's going to pop in the end cap into a vacuum cup. It's going to hold it in there. Apply the glue into the exact location we want it. Put the exact amount of glue we want. And then you can see Ivan here, he's just going to do a quick look to make sure that it's seated in there right, that there's no adhesive coming out.
Right.
And then throw it on the rack.
That's the most satisfying part so far.
It is cool.
Honestly. It is actually so satisfying
really
to
is.
watch.
I'm imagining like back in the day, like you guys were like hand putting the glue in there, like
It was all by hand, and we used to have to slam them in.
Oh man.
So you'd have some guy there just all day just slamming.
Imagine that guy's arm.
Yeah.
He's like our glove breaking.
Yeah.
Yep, right. Cool. All right, next
Awesome.
step.
Okay.
We're gonna go to
Cool.
knobbing right here, not too far. We put these foam dams in here. I can show you on this one. You can see that foam in there.
Yeah.
So we just put a piece of foam in there.
Yep.
And that's gonna allow us to squirt the adhesive in there without it coming down the barrel, right?
Makes sense.
So now what he's doing is he takes a pusher here and he's pushing that foam down to the right depth. So different bats are gonna have different depths on where we want it, how much adhesive we're gonna put in, and what weight. We're gonna put in weights in there too. So you can see behind him, he has a bunch of steel weights back there, a different ounces, right?
Yeah. 1.5, 1.7, 2.
Exactly, yep. So he's gonna get the dam down to the right depth, squirt some urethane in there, drop the weight in there, and then add some more on top, push it in. Now we want the adhesive to overflow a little bit.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make sure that it's fully encapsulated,
Okay,
right?
yeah, right.
All right, so once the knobs are on, now to the pinning.
Now to the pinning.
Yeah. So we got these carts here. These are all knob ready for the pinning. All right, so like I mentioned, once we glue that knob in there, that glue cures, the next step is putting that pin in. Right. This used to be a manual job. We used to have a manual drill press and a hammer, and they'd be holding it in there, busting their fingers on it, But our design and fabrication team came up with this and built this, and now it's automated. So it goes in. All the operator has to do is load it up. Doesn't have to hit a button. It's gonna go in. So what you can see here is you can see that pin in there, right?
It's so small.
It's really small.
So
it's
small.
flush. You're not gonna feel it beneath the grip, right? But it's that locking mechanism. Make sure that knob doesn't come off, right? So next, after we get that pin in there, the next step is, and this is the last step, is gripping. Right?
Gripping, yeah.
Last
step, gripping.
Yep. So we got Mike. Mike is one of our original employees too. Mike's been here for 25 years, right, Mike? 25 years.
Wow.
Been gripping bats. Like nobody can touch him when it comes to gripping a bat.
Right.
He makes it look really easy. I assure you, it's harder than he makes it
Oh
look.
yeah. I believe.
Oh my gosh, that was literally like half a second.
This guy has gripped literally millions of bats.
I believe it.
Millions.
So if you're watching this video, odds are your bat was gripped by this guy.
Very high on.
Very high on.
Yeah.
I noticed you guys are putting a taper on there. The taper gets
Yeah,
on
so
right
this,
over here.
yeah, this is the taper right here. So this gets slides on. It's gonna go down here.
Yep.
He's gonna put some tape around that to
Yep.
keep it in place.
Right.
And then put that grip on. So you can see he's gripping over the top
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. Now, once he grips it, he's gonna put the shrink wrap on it, put the warranty card in it,
Yep.
all that information. He's gonna load it up into the oven here. and
Right.
We're gonna walk right around here.
Right.
There it is, a completely finished bat.
Yeah, hot off the press.
Shrink wrap and all.
This is the finished product.
That's
This
it.
is
Yep.
all the
that's it.
bells and whistles. Everything's completed.
2026 Voodoo right there.
Thank
Ready
you.
to go to your home.
Yes, yep.
Or ready to go to better baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was,
That
a
was
lot.
intense.
That was a lot.
Yeah, the amount of hands that get on the bat, the craftsmanship that goes behind it, the sights, the smells, the hard working. This is awesome, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we love what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at this, I'm just like, it's a whole new perspective on bats, right? Like,
It really is.
understanding this is not just a random piece of metal, that there's so much high-tech engineering and development into it. Designing it's eye-opening
It
for
is.
sure. I
It
will
really
never
is.
complain about a bat being expensive or breaking or anything like that ever again.
Not after
Never
seeing
again.
this. I mean, it's pretty intensive work, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
awesome.
thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it, man. That was
Appreciate
really
it.
That was
fun.
awesome. Thank you so much, Dan.
Sure, brother.
Thanks, Rob.
That was awesome.
Hi, welcome to the DeMarini Impact Lab.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through how to measure the swing weight or the moment of inertia on a bat. So you need three things for a moment of inertia. You need scale weight, so total weight of the bat. You need balance point of the bat, and then we need the center of percussion, which is kind of like the physics number of it. The other two are pretty self-explanatory, so we'll do those first. We're gonna start with balance point. Balance point is kind of like if this was just floating, where's your balance? So we're looking for two different numbers here, and we go to our spreadsheet over here. We're gonna put in our left weight and our right weight. So now that we have our left and right weight, we're gonna do total scale weight. We use these numbers for the Cannon test. So everything we're doing now is important for the Cannon test.
Absolutely.
For BB Core bats, we don't, this is obviously the goods, we don't use grips.
Yep, I was gonna ask.
33 inch, so it has to be over 30 with the grip, that's the rule. So the center of percussion is kind of hard to explain. I've heard people
Joey will understand it. I am so beyond lost, but this guy gets it.
So from a physics perspective, the center of percussion is dependent on the pivot location. At that pivot location, the translation of the bat this way is equal and opposite to the rotation that way.
Makes sense, for sure.
So when you talk about like a center of percussion, it's on.
Yeah, no, I'm following you for sure.
But the center of percussion, I see an Omega actually chucked up on the Cannon. If we want, we could take a couple of shots with Nate.
Let's
do it. Fun to see.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're shooting it off.
So behind you have our light gates and our pneumatic cannon. Pneumatic is fancy term for air compressed.
I was gonna ask,
No, it's
fancy word.
just a fancy word for it's an air compressed cannon. So we're not lighting any gas to get anything shooting. It's nothing like that.
I was kind of hoping for like some fire and explosions with a baseball
It's
coming out.
no medieval cannon. Okay? All right, so this shot I'm about to take is going to be roughly 136 miles per hour.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, our tolerance there is plus or minus 1 mile per hour. So we need to be within 1 mile per hour of 136.
Right.
And we want it to come pretty much straight back, or else it's not a good shot.
Okay.
You guys ready for this?
I'm
This
really
is
excited.
This is not your fastball.
This is not my
Nowhere
fastball.
near his fastball.
All right, so I'll count down. 3, 2, 1, fire. On fire, you might want to plug your ears. 3, 2, 1, fire.
I don't understand anything on this screen, by the way. I know nothing.
It's all the science. So it's anything from, again, we're pulling all of our physical weights over
MOI,
here
balance point,
that we would have
COP.
grabbed over there. Yeah.
Yep.
Can we do
You
it
got the
again?
temp, the humidity.
Okay, good. I was like, I want to at least see it one more time.
Dudes are going to shut this.
Okay. Boom.
Now we're pressurized.
Okay.
And you're going to walk over behind you.
Okay.
And you're going to grab that mouse, move it over to the fire, and click that button.
Oh, so it's not like a big red button? Well, it's big and red on the
It's
screen.
big and red on
It
the
said
screen.
fire.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hell yeah.
So that was so that was straight back, right? Straight back. It was within our 10 degrees in both directions. That's a perfect shot.
Yeah.
So good job. Are you up?
Yeah, I got it.
I can shut it.
Okay. This is like why I have this job. All right. 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole. I feel great. This is everything I've ever wanted out of a bat lab.
Welcome to DeMarini. This is our cage. This is where we do all of our research and development testing. So every prototype comes through here first. We're able to make something upstairs in our lab, test it in the same day, make changes, and come back with something else new. Pretty much within 24 hours, which is pretty unique to our space and our company.
So you get to literally test bats all day as a job and make them?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Very cool. Here live at the DeMarini Lab, we're gonna have some fun, hit some bats. We got the Voodoo one, we're gonna swing the goods, the Omega, and the new Exile. So we're super excited. We're ready to hit. A little under it. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'm losing it.
We're gonna start off with my baby, the goods one.
Woo! Woo!
I love this bat. There we go.
So we got the new Exile, feels really good. The swing weight feels good. We got a little bit of a different knob here and a different taper. So we're gonna see how this one plays for me. I like the feel of it just off the jump. We got bomb squad on that? Bomb squad, baby. I'm out.
Probably the coolest paint job in a long time. That thing is bad. Oh my gosh. I didn't even feel that ball. Oh my gosh. Woo! I'm liking this. DeMarini just took us through stage 1 of a bat that looks like this, all the way to a bat that looks like this. We learned so much on this tour. It was freaking awesome. We learned a lot. Shout out DeMarini for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for future videos.